Hi, I wanted to do another little in-depth expansion on my TikTok video where I talked about rendering this portrait I did. Start off with a sketch, obviously, and to like create the face, I use reference angle a lot because not only can you see different angles, but you can also just kind of combine all the unique features you see on there into your own little unique person. I don't have this guy's like lore yet, but in my last video I talk about how he's like a commander or a soldier, so that type of vibe naturally. I've been really struggling to make male portraits that don't all just look like Lipace, so I'm pushing myself to make more unique faces. He still kind of looks like an actor, but it's okay. We're getting there. And so yeah, again, I use the flat oil brush and the DP Sketch 2 brush, and I start underneath my sketch layer at first, just to get an idea of the colors. And I also change the background to like a grayish bluish because drawing on full like white is very jarring and it makes my colors kind of weird and too vibrant. And so I should do an actual background, but it's like this is nice. This is good enough for now, at least just for practicing faces. And I know I also said in my last video I love the simplicity of like Matt Rhodes faces, but when it comes to like close-up portraits, I really do love a detailed look. For example, also from Dragon Age, I love Ramil Sunga, I think, his concept art for the game. I'm not quite sure if he did all of it. I think there's like 6 other like great artists who had sort of a similar style, so I could be wrong on these pieces, but like these portraits specifically, like I really do love how detailed they are yet smooth. I don't quite get there in this one, but I'm mainly just experimenting with the flat oil brush. I'm so glad I found it though, because I have been really struggling with the smudge tool. I used to love it, but all of a sudden I like forgot how to draw, I guess. I don't know. But I'm so glad I found it because I was so sick of blending and stuff just looking really muddy and gross. So yeah, and then here I finally start to go over the sketch layer, and it's nice. I used to do a lot of line art, but I noticed that really like made my drawings so much stiffer than they are in the process, in the sketching process. So yeah, just doing that. And then for like skin tones, I start off with like a cooler color and then go over it with warmer tones. And I usually stay in like the orange and red. Like I don't really go into pink that much, unless the character's like clearly wearing makeup, because I don't know, it's more of like blush always looks the most natural when it's like a purpley reddish orange dark tone, I guess. It's never really that pink. And so yeah, I'm just going in trying to add more age to the face, because again, all my characters look like they're mogging, or I don't even know, mewing. They're doing something that is not what I want my art to be, especially if I want to become a concept artist. They can't all be extremely hot models, because that's all there is on Pinterest. Like that's why I moved over to like reference angle, because you can find just normal looking people and you can combine their unique features and make your own little person. And I know I'm a hypocrite right now because the person I'm drawing is like fine, but it's okay. It's a process, and we're getting there. Here I'm adding like darker details, just because you really do have to keep like upping the contrast, because you get used to the values you're seeing. And I kind of talked about this in the TikTok version, but like just, yeah, keep making it darker, even if you think it looks weird at first, because like when you look at reference photos, there really is that much contrast in the face. And so yeah, just, especially with men, I still struggle to make like women look aged or I struggle with like placing age in women portraits because like any type of lines somehow make them look so much older than on the faces of a man, which is probably like, I don't know, is that offensive? I don't know. But it's just like true. Like it's just hard to make a young woman and still have depth to the face. And I guess it's the same with a man. It's hard in general to do age on portraits without it looking a little funky. So yeah, I think I took a break here for a while. I don't see any movement, but yeah, I think I come back and I do just a few highlights just to get it going. I also work on the scar, which I looked for like a reference on Pinterest for. I like the scar, but it's like, it feels like every character has a scar, so I'm like, but I'm also, he's a fighter, he's got to be a little tussled up, like, I don't know. And so yeah, just continuing to refine that. And then anytime I go like, I don't know if it's happening right now, but anytime I go darker, I always go more saturated, because that will just immediately make your drawing muddy if you try to just move the like color picker down. You should always go more saturated, because that just makes it look just a little bit nicer. There are of course like exceptions to that, but for at least like faces, I find that is the case. And I learned that I think from the lighting mentor on YouTube. I really like his channel. I also really like Tyler Edlund's channel. He talks about that too. So yeah, and I've been practicing light a lot because, again, my drawings are so stiff. So just a little bit of light helps so much. And so here I am tweaking the nose. I struggle with noses. What don't I struggle with? So yeah, just doing the nose. Though it's a struggle, I love doing noses because I feel like that's when the face really comes to life. So yeah, I think at some point I flip it horizontal and it like ruins everything. Not really, it's just the eyes that are a little wonky, but again, I've been looking at the screen so long that I think it looks okay. And it's okay. Faces don't have to be completely symmetrical, but if I just want to get this portrait really nice, since it is sort of a practice one. I love doing the hooded eyes. I usually don't do hooded eyes, so that was nice. And then just adding some highlights. Nothing crazy, because you don't want your skin to look like shiny like metal, which is what I used to do a lot. So just subtle, slightly lighter than skin tone highlights. Of course, that depends like how far away your light source is and everything, but just for like, this kind of looks like a studio light setting type thing. So it's okay for it to be more like a key light than anything else. And then, yeah, still adding little highlights. Trying to think what else I was gonna talk about. Yeah, going in, lips are the same. You don't want to have it too shiny unless they're wearing like a lip gloss. That's another thing I struggle, like balancing like male and female features is really difficult for me, because I kid you not, from like 6th grade to maybe like junior year of high school, I strictly drew women. I never drew a man before. Like, I think I didn't get into drawing men until Baldur's Gate 3, which is kind of embarrassing. Like, I love Baldur's Gate 3, but like, Astarion is fully the reason why I started drawing men, which I guess is nice, but it's like, imagine if I had been doing that for years and years and years. But it's okay. Again, it's okay. It was a time. Unrelated, but I really thought I'd be obsessed with Baldur's Gate 3 for forever. I played it for like 8 months, talked about it nonstop, and then it was so sad. One day it just like went away. Like, I still love it, but I'm not constantly thinking about it. However, that again has been replaced by Dragon Age, but this time I think it's like forever. Like, Dragon Age like scratched a different part of my brain, and it's something that I continue to find ways to be obsessed with. I am amazed at my perseverance. Yeah, Dragon Age, I'm going to talk about Dragon Age in every video because it genuinely like inspired me so much, like with storytelling, I mean, and the concept art is like up my alley. It is up there. So yeah, thank you, Dragon Age. I spent 20 hours this week just trying to get to Cullen's scene after like the Halam Shara. But that's not important. Imagine if I put that much time into drawing. Crazy. I'd be at a crazy level right now. Again, I'm struggling to talk for 20 minutes because I don't want to cut it, because like I don't really have a planned outline for this video, just more of like thoughts, pondering and thoughts. Here I am adjusting the eyes finally because they were looking bizarre. Yeah, I love getting to the eyes because like I know it sounds like cringe, it's so cringe, but like I don't know, it feels like a real person then. It wasn't until lately that I feel like I've been like really proud of my portrait drawings, because like this, I don't know, by the end of this he feels like a real person. Yes, like I'm still like working on skill, like it's not like amazing, it's not perfect, but like it looks like this could be a real guy that I like sketched on the fly, and I like that. And it's also the same feeling like when you add the little white dot to the eyes, like it's just like instantly that is a 3D human being, and I love that part of drawing. Right now I don't know if I can say that his eyes are looking a little weird, but it's okay. I might have said this before, but this is the guy in my first video, little commander guy. I still need to come up with like story and everything. I have stories for my other characters, but I wasn't like filming them because I was like, I won't do YouTube, I don't know how. And now I am actually really enjoying it, and I really love editing these because I get to put my fun little pictures in here. But yeah, let me get back to like the technical stuff, I guess, maybe. Now I'm just again adding warmer tones. I always go warmer at the end of the drawing because I tend to lean towards grayish, muddy tones. How many times can I say muddy? But yeah, I've been drawing lots of not fully done. I haven't been rendering stuff fully, so it was nice to like really sit down and do this portrait for a couple hours. So that was nice change. And then I literally like drew for like 7 hours that day. Never again. My back feels awful, but it was fun. Here I am just adding his little stubble, little details. Of course, like, stepping away from it, there's like a ton of things I'd change, but I'm still pretty proud of this drawing. And then here I am, like, making the deeper points of the face just a little deeper, like the corners of the mouth, the nose, under the eyes, and then making the forehead have more depth. Because that's another thing, I kind of neglect the forehead, I feel like. So just going in there, making it seem more round. Then adding highlights to the brow ridge, just keeping in mind, like I said, like the planes of the face. I found like a ton of Andrew Loomis books at my local thrift store, and that's been really nice to study from. I've also just been binging. I know I mentioned a few, but I really like Tim McBurney. His videos are like really long, but I love to just put them on while I draw, and it inspires me. So yeah. So here I am. I think I'm looking for more texture to add to the hair and stuff, which I end up not really making it as strong as it should be, but it's okay. And yeah, I kind of ran out of things to say. Here I am just adding highlights, and then I lower the opacity because I'm like, that's too much. Because like I feel like I rely on that outline way too much, and it makes it feel very stiff once again. So I've started moving over to like using an airbrush and then using add or overlay or screen, one of those, to make it more glowy rather than a harsh line. And then here I am making the chin, the neck a little darker, and this I feel like instantly adds way more depth. Like I can always go back to my drawings and make under the jaw like way stronger. And then touching up the hairline, touching up the nose, adding little frown lines. I love frown lines. Then flip it horizontal. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's okay. It's okay. So yeah, tweaking the hooded eyes because they kind of lost their, the fat on them. So I'm making it a little lighter just so there's the illusion of an overhang. And then I think I took another break. Oh, there, I'm back. I regret not doing the ear more, but it's okay. It's okay. Who's looking at the ear? I am, but it's all right. And then here I am redoing the eyes. I mentioned this also in my TikTok, but like I really struggle with making the eyes not look weird or slightly cross-eyed or something. I don't know. So I've been working on making those softer because I really like how, again, like Ramil Sunga does his eyes and features, like it's slightly out of focus, but like just the right amount of details are salvaged in it. And so yeah, I kind of took a note from him and made the eyes a little less intense, still brown, still dark, but just blurry on the outside a little bit. I think I changed the eyes yet again. It never ends, but it's okay. We get there at some point. Then here I am adding the little highlights. I love the little highlight. Then I think I also added like freckles to his face. Add a little more texture. And I think that is essentially it. I just add a few more finishing touches, and then it's the portrait completed, which is nice. I go in and add like deeper eye bags, I think. And then that's it. Thank you for watching.